they would just chop people's hands or arms off, hence the name. Hello, my name is Cecilia and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about the optimization from a personal perspective and a larger societal perspective. So I first thought of talking about this topic because I got really into astrology lately and I've been learning a lot about your chart and all that. And I was just browsing and I saw someone commenting when she went to an astrologer, fortune teller, whatever it is. The person told her that in her fate, she naturally has some rather sinister or darker energy, and they recommended her to go into forensics or clinical psychology, where those disciplines would actually require that type of energy. And I thought it was a very interesting idea to guide people to work with fate, what they're given, what they were born with, no matter if it's a good or bad energy, to put it into good use, to put it within a structure, even to control it, even if it's a darker energy. So I looked it up and I learned that in classic astrology, a strong Pluto or Mars energy is regarded as having a tendency for being extreme, for wreckage, or controlling. But if you use those energies for good things, like if you go into the military, the police force, become a detective, that would be a good way to use the energy to help others. On a personal level, I think a lot of the content that I've done so far on this channel is all about self-improvement. It's all about the optimization of yourself. For example, when I was growing up, I've always been regarded by my family as being too sensitive, that I think too much, and I know that I'm someone who's just in my head a lot. I spent so much of my time just thinking about the things that I talk about on this channel, that they're generally speaking unrelated to your day-to-day life, the real world. That could be my disadvantage, but also I could use it as my advantage, because if that's what I'm good at, if that's what I think about all day, I could put it into good use. I started this channel and maybe some of my thoughts would be able to help other people. And for everything that I've been through in life, I think of it in a way that even if it's a painful experience, I could make it my advantage somehow, make it meaningful if I could spread the message, the thoughts that I have learned from those experiences, to turn a bad experience into something good, to help others. Another example that came to my head is, for some people, maybe they just naturally have the tendency to be away from the crowd, and they're probably regarded as being different or unfitting when they're young. But if that's in their personality, if that's who they are, they could use it to their advantage and become a scholar. So on a larger societal level, if everyone in a society could replicate that optimization process, find the right place for themselves in the world, use their talent for something good, then the world as a whole would be a much more optimized place than it is right now. So I was listening to a Chinese podcast and they talked about how this is years ago, where in Guangzhou, the train station was not as regulated. There was a gang called Chop Hand Party, literally, because when they tried to rob people, if people tried to resist, they would just chop people's hands or arms off, hence the name. But after the government got more involved with controlling the crimes, with more regulations, the train station became much safer, and a lot of people who were in the gang originally, they're all together, they know each other, actually started to open up ramen shops. So I just thought this is a perfect example of the optimization of energy on a larger scale. When a society is well managed, well regulated, people of all levels in a society can put their energy into good use. They can each become a better person individually to pursue a better life, and then in turn make the society as a whole better. I also just watched a video of the perspective of an ambulance driver, and it looked really tense. So I was thinking, well, if someone's really into fast cars, that's a career that they could pursue, put their energy and interest into good use, right? And I thought that the role of the government or the people with power, ideally to create a better society, they would take the responsibility to channel or guide the darker energy into good use, to help everyone find the right place and make the society better, make the society more optimized. Hopefully, as I become older, I will be able to participate or help or even guide that optimization of energy on a larger scale. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say, just some thoughts that I had, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!